Na, 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 na. Toby, you're on 4x3. 4x3. I'm having trouble filming in 16:9. Well, no, I'm not having trouble filming in 16:9. I'm having trouble getting it updated kind of onto the computer properly. This thing saves in a MOD file, mod file, whatever the hell that is. It's actually an MPEG 2 or something, but it is really hard to convert it over there. It all keeps coming back as 752 by 480, and unless I kind of run it through a pre-conversion program first and then import those into my I'm using Sony Vegas. If I then import them into there, anyway, 752 by 480, and it's kind of really funky, and YouTube don't like it. And, I mean, it plays fine on my computer, but it's getting it up to the YouTube. Hurry up, you stupid coffee. Anyways, yeah, sorry for the what was it? The Wilson perspective. But I don't have a camera guy. I don't have any method of filming myself other than to walk around like this. So I could put you on a shelf, but then I got to walk in and out of focus, right? And when the sun's in like this, what do you do? Bear with me. I'm just making coffee. What are you doing, Toby? Freaking bad cat. It's pitch black, eh? So hey, are you being bad? What the heck? You don't get no food. You shaky-tailed little monster. So anyways, he's black, so he hides in the shadows, eh? And comes tearing out at you. Stupid cat. No foods for you. You got foods. Clean up the ones on the floor. Go hunting. Hunt for the strays. So, the video I put up yesterday, I was talking to my buddy, the guy who actually does know how to film shit, and I made him watch the whole thing. he sat there and kind of looked at me with a different look. I've known him a long time, eh? Jeez, 30 years, I guess, eh? So, but I don't think he's ever really noticed that side of me before, right? So, anyways, he's promised to come over with his nice camera equipment and filming myself, because he doesn't know. Well, it's the perspectives and walking in. I don't know. I do it differently. I don't do it quite right, apparently. But he likes it. Doesn't know what he likes about it, but I don't do it right. That ain't how he'd do it. So he just kind of wants me to follow me around with the camera for some reason. It'll work, I think. I don't know. Anyways, like I said, so I've changed this to 4x3 just because of the stupid hassle with YouTube. Oh, Toby. He has to have his own stool, hey. We take it out to the kitchen because he has to help do dishes. It used to be he was fine sitting in a chair, eh? But then he got, he had to be closer, had to participate. So he was getting up on the counter and was getting in the way as you're trying to wash dishes, right? And he doesn't mind the sink, because he spends a fair amount of the day sitting and sinking. I sinks a lot. Sits in the sink all day friggin' long. Hunkers down. Doesn't mind if he's all wet. He just likes sitting in the sink. So, yeah. Quit. Don't do that. Quit. No, I'm not gonna pet you. I'm not gonna pet you for doing that. No pets for you. You're bad. Go away. So, anyways, yeah. I need to do some filming. Some stuff. Actual filming stuff. So, I do have some video on here. I will try to regurgitate some of it, like this segment here, this is me making that teepee, that little teepee, this fort here set, which, yeah, I gotta work on it, but this room is really small. It's only like 8 feet by 10 feet, 8 feet by 10 feet, and I've got my workbench and computer equipment and shit in here. So, I've got floor space. That's about it. No room to put a 4x4 board down, by no means. Anywhere in my house. Anywhere inside the house. Maybe at the kitchen table, but it's a real hassle to carry it out there. So, I will work on that. Yeah. Hey. So I'm working on Teepee. Where the heck did that go? Here it is. Okay, we're making better ones. So I'm using this stuff. Minus rubber band. Okay, this is little twigs of, how was that stuff? Blue flax. That's what it was. You know, everybody has it kind of, well, not everybody, but lots of people have it grown in their yard and that. But it's really fairly tough, eh? I mean, it breaks, but I mean, we're doing this scale, right? Anyways, I'm going to wrap it with animal hides. Animal hides. I had some of that stuff around here. Where the heck did I put that? I wonder if this will work. Basically, you want, you know, tissue that doesn't have the stupid pattern on it, hey? Because otherwise, the pattern, you know, like if it's got a flower or something on it, it'll show through. It's kind of a messy process, so I guess we need to put something down first. And we need a bowl. We're not ready. Okay, we need glue. And we need some water. Hey, this stuff's already watered down. Excellent. That's funny. What was in this? Oh, garlic. Yeah. Garlic glue. Anyways, that was convenient. Okay, that saved time. I need something to sop out spillage. Because we're working inside the house. Because it's rainy and cold outside. And we need a chair. Because if I sit over for too long. What the hell was that? Oh. So if I sit over for too long, my back will get sore. Okay. Excelente. So, let's just kind of tear out a basic TP type ship. This is double or triple? Double. Oh, that was perfect the first time. Okay. See that? Nice pattern. That's the pattern you need. No, actually, you just need little pieces of it. So, and a paintbrush. We'll need a paintbrush. What kind of paintbrush is this? This will work. Made in Taiwan. So, let's get some wet, gluey stuff. Make sure this is glue. Yeah, it's glue on these. Cool. Then we shall put this on. Back, so don't worry about the hole yet, because you know you'll just cut that in after. Okay, then get this wet with the glue mixture. Try to put it on as best you can. It's freaking impossible at this stage, so don't worry about it too bad. Just try to get it on. It's a lengthy process because layers is what makes it tough, eh? So you want, you want layers of the laminated layers of this Kleenex on here. Got our first snow the other day. It's all wet and snowy and crappy outside. Everybody's got colds now. My wife's home sick today too. I wonder what that stuff is inside there. Must have been using this for flocking or something. Got little sticks and sandy stuff in there. That's okay, it'll get covered up. Okay. Now, get a pick which is going to be the doorway. This is, I got the biggest gap right here, so I'm going to have that as the doorway. That's where the door will be. So that's where the top part has to come down. So we'll just take some tool. There's a stick. I'll just bring that down a bit. Now we're going to have several layers on here, so, but I just want to know where the holes are going to be for later. Wish this stick stuck out more. Oh, too late now. Yeah, and then you just keep putting on layers, but you got to let it dry in between. Okay? That's the kind of hassle part of it. Is you got to let all these little, kind of like paper mache. You're just do it like paper mache, but just use watered down white glue and no pattern Kleenex. These things at the top like that. Make yourself a little, stick, a wooden knife that you can move that shit down with. And we'll actually do the final shaping, with the subsequent layers. These folds in there, don't worry about them too much. Later on we'll kind of make them look like, like the hide's been stitched together or something. Now, because this is really small, it shouldn't take too long to dry. I suppose we could use a hairdryer on it. Hopefully this is the right size. Let me just get a couple more pieces on here. So, what's this one? Which, yeah, that'll be about the right size. That'll be good. That'll be good. That'll do it. Oh, hey, so I got together with an old buddy of mine the other day. Oh man, it was really cool. He was actually the best man at my first wedding. Anyways, he's a really good guy. He's into, film and all kinds of stuff, eh? Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I've known him a long time. Jeez. Since early 80s. Yeah, 81, somewhere around there. Yeah, I've known him for a while. He's a good guy. So he's going to come over and help me do some video, because he's got equipment. He's got a microphone, so you'll be able to hear me. He's got skill, so it'll actually, this will be a decent video. I'm excited. Plus it's kind of cool, just, getting together again. Man, it's been Oh, jeez. Well, he moved up north into, homesteaded basically. Him and his new wife, they bought some land, and he went up there and built a log cabin, and I mean, they farmed goats pretty much for 20 years out in the bush. For the first 5 or 6 years or something, they had no electricity or running water or anything like that, eh? But, anyways, I will ask him all about it, and he will tell us what it's like to live out in the bush. I know he's done with living out in the bush 20 years. He's my age, so he's definitely done with living out in the bush. He's moving into the city, seeing how the city folk live, which is cool. So if you're doing it like I am doing it here, where you're putting on jumping, that was close. Oh, and my wife is home too. Oh, that would have sucked. But I do keep little rags close by, but yeah, not enough to soak all that up. So anyways, be careful if you're doing it inside like I am. Boy, that would have been sucky. I would have been in trouble. I'm gonna go around that stick. Okay, so now we gotta let that dry. Otherwise it'll just be a mess. We gotta let that dry first. We'll just kind of make it into our teepee shape a little bit. We can bust these loose from the bottom, say, and push them in a little bit if necessary. So that when you look down at it, it's fairly roundish. But, see, it already looks pretty good. And we'll let that dry. Yep. Actually, I'm going to go get my cheap hair dryer. And I'm going to try drying this really fast. So I'll be back while I'm doing it. Gotta be relaxed, so for a lot of this shit. It's like trying to holding your breath before you shoot an arrow. I mean, it doesn't work, right? When you hold your breath, you waver, quake, or whatever, move. It's really soft and like spongy right now because it's all wet. I just put on another layer. But I want to put on the poles, for adjusting the smoke influence. This is actually the first time I've ever used it for this shit. But that's perfect. That one's the same, close enough. How's that? It's a little bit better, eh? Okay, how we can do this? We don't know. We want just a little pockety thingy at the top. So. That's not very pockety. Close enough, though. Just put this down all the way down. Fuck it. Mind language. Just hanging around with my biker buddy, who has a tendency to say that word a fair amount. Tends to wear off on a person after a while. Okay. See, that'll work. Hey, that'll look good. that'll look good. I'll put this in here. Like so. Right there. That's where it's going to go. Underneath that flap that we made. We can do it. Stick that underneath. Just has to be a little bit to make it look like it's underneath. But ideally we want this piece here. Let me see. We'll zoom in just a bit. So I want this piece here to look like it's a little pocket holding that stick, right? Go slow, right? I mean, you're working with wet Kleenex, right? So, yeah, it's about that tough, right? So, it'll rip really easy on you if you try to force it too fast. Okay, now we gotta get our stick back in. Let's get our stick wet. Touch the ground. Touch the ground. Dang it. Okay. So that'll look pretty good. That'll look pretty good. We'll do it. If you get your fingers glue on your fingers, and things get challenging real quick. Sometimes when the piece is in, if it's thin and it's in the wrong spot, you can wet it down and it loosens up enough that you can shape it again. Yeah, I gotta put that as part of that. That is all part of that. It's gotta be part of it. Can't change the design. Busted glue off the tops of my things accidentally. I end up using a toothpick, which doesn't really work, but okay. We got my tissue and glue all over the freaking place here. Like I said, normally one has to kind of do this in stages. You shouldn't try doing it all at once like this. Okay. And we'll just let it dry like that for now. Watch out, because I'm going to use a knife. I'm going to use a knife. Keep peace. Wife talks loud on the phone. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this off of here. It's actually pretty easy, you know. That's why I build it on these things. Just put you over here so that the cat doesn't get in the way there. We don't have to watch that close. You know, so it's not that hard. Probably shouldn't be using a good. This has got my the sharp point ones on it. Actually be using a bigger, older one, which I do know. Oh, here it is. It's got a little bit more beef to it. Ooh, this stuff glues. This is really tough, eh? I like the watered down white glue better. Yeah, that stuff is friggin' glue. Holy. Yeah, so if you use that stuff, ooh, yeah, don't know. Maybe as a last stage, or make sure you cut it off prior to it drying really hard, like this. You watch your face there, little kitty. Holy. My other one came off a lot easier. Both other ones. Sure stuck on the front there. Maybe I didn't clean this off good enough before I did the other one. So now, these things are really fragile. Hey, this, the stuff I'm using. What are you doing? Right up in my face. So anyways, this stuff is really fragile, this blue flax type weed that I'm using for the sticks, eh? Looks really good because it's got kind of, well, it looks just like miniature little sticks, but dang it, I went over top of it like this with my hand and I busted all the tops off, which really prig. I wanted them longer, I want them kind of long and wispy. Where's the other one? Kind of like this one, eh? Where they're longer. They look better than that. So I gotta try figuring out how to fix that. I might just cut them all off, because you're not going to be able to see the inside of the thing anyways, right?